So the human heart, I believe you may not be asked to draw the diagram, but you'll certainly be asked to label it. So you have to know the different parts. Okay? And you must have heard about, heart being broken. Some people have a broken heart. In reality, this heart never breaks. And the diagram of a heart often done like this, which is not true. You don't have a heart like this. But heart is the size of your fist. That's the size of your heart. And it resides not on the left side of the chest, but the middle. But because it is slanted a little bit, tilted towards the left, you say you have your heart on the left hand side. Okay? And the left hand side also has a big, thick wall. Now, the human heart certainly bends, but it does not break. If it does break, that will be the end of you. The structure of the heart. The heart has 4 chambers. Okay, human heart has 4 chambers, 4 compartments. Okay, and they have valves in between. And there are 4 important blood vessels that bring in blood and take away blood. I need to add something here. Arteries take the blood away from the heart, whereas veins, they bring blood to the heart. Bring blood to heart. Take the blood away from heart. So arteries take the blood away from the heart, and veins bring in blood to the heart. So here is the most important vein, vena cava, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava brings blood from the region which is lower, regions which are lower than the heart, and superior vena cava brings blood from regions which are above your heart. So they eventually join and form the vena cava and empty the blood into the right atrium or auricle. From here, it drops down into the right ventricle through a valve known as the tricuspid valve. And from here, when the heart contracts, when the heart squeezes the blood, it squeezes simultaneously, both chambers squeeze simultaneously and sends the blood to the lungs. Now this is blood with carbon dioxide. Therefore I have done a blue arrow. And this blood vessel which takes the blood away is an artery, but it carries deoxygenated blood. Pulmonary artery takes the blood to the lungs. And from the lungs, exchange of gas occurs. Exchange of gases occur. Carbon dioxide is given off and oxygen is taken in. Now, blood with oxygen appears red, therefore the red arrow. And so this oxygen containing blood enters the left atrium or the left auricle through the pulmonary vein. We said veins bring blood to the heart. Arteries take the blood away from the heart. Okay? So the oxygenated blood enters the left atrium through the pulmonary vein and drops into the left ventricle through something known as the bicuspid valve, which is also known as the mitral valve. Okay? From here, when the ventricles contract, it pumps the blood through the aorta, which is the main artery of the body, of the circulatory system. From here, it passes through these valves known as semi-lunar valves. They're called semi-lunar because they appear like a moon, a crescent-shaped moon. Okay, therefore semi-lunar valves. All right, so that's the basic working of the heart. Now if you just check, the left-hand side of the heart is a little thicker than the right-hand side, because this side has to pump the blood to different parts, different systems of the body. Whereas the right hand side needs to pump the blood just to the lungs. Therefore, the left hand side is thicker. Okay, now we go to pacemaker. The muscles of the heart is called cardiac muscle. Now, the special thing about the cardiac muscle is it's not just a muscle, but it is so special that it can generate an impulse on its own. And it can carry an impulse also, meaning it can also do the work of a neuron. Generate impulse and carry it away. Now that's the reason why cardiac muscles are a lot different than the involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles that we discussed last time. Right. Now the part or the specialized part of the cardiac muscle is here. One knob here, which I've highlighted with some ray kind of structures. This is called a pacemaker. Pacemaker is actually called sinoatrial node, SAN. It generates the impulse for the contractions of the heart. So the heart contracts because of the impulse generated by the heart itself. Now, the question arises, does the brain have anything over the heart? Does it have any control over the heart? The brain does have control over the heart, and especially the medulla oblongata that we discussed last time. Medulla oblongata has control of the rate at which the heart needs to beat. For example, when you're sleeping, the heart beats at a different rate. When you're running through a flight of steps, then the heart begins to beat at a different rate. So that controlling of the rate of the heartbeats is done by the brain in the medulla oblongata. So that's about pacemaker. This pacemaker can be changed. Now you must have often heard about people having an artificially made pacemaker. I heard someone, he was going to the hospital just to change the battery of this pacemaker. If you don't remember to change the battery, you'll be gone forever. So that's the part of pacemaker. Valves. There are several valves. We just talked about 3 valves here. There are many valves here. You just need to know 3. One is the semilunar valves found at the bottom of the main artery, aorta, and the main these arteries, pulmonary artery and aorta. At the base of artery and aorta, you find semilunar valve. Tricuspid valve between the right atrium and the right ventricle. And you have the bicuspid valve between the left atrium and the left ventricle. The work of all these valves is to prevent the blood from flowing backwards. If the blood goes here, these valves prevent the blood from going backwards. Okay? And when the blood enters this pulmonary artery, these valves prevent blood from flowing backwards. So that is the work of all these valves. Then we'll push on to blood pressure in the next video.